guys, welcome back to my channel. It's PicturePortia here. So let's get into it. Today's title is Why I Hate Having a Big Booty Part 2. Don't know if I want to title it that, but for now, let's just go with it. I already filmed Why I Hate Having a Big Booty Part 1. Y'all should go watch that first before you come and watch this one. I've been getting requests through email and some comments under that video asking if I could film a part 2. And at first I was like, I kind of said all I wanted to say in that video. So like, what more, you know, what more should I say? Then I realized I haven't filmed that. I filmed that video, I believe 2 years ago. Wait, let me confirm. Let me see. I filmed that video September 26, 2021. That's almost 3 years ago. I turned 30 this September, so just to put things in perspective, I had just turned 27 when I filmed that video. I was talking about the cons of having a big butt. You know, during that time, you know, like the BBL is still popping right now, but during that time, it was even more, like, it was just really, really big, and BBLs were bigger, I want to say, back then. People are still getting BBLs now, but like during that time, I feel like it was BBL peak season, especially during the pandemic. A lot of people were talking about getting a BBL and just waiting it out, the recovery process during the pandemic. It was peak BBL season during that time, guys. It was peak BBL season during that time. So I was like, okay, to try to encourage young women, or like just try to talk about the downsides of having a naturally curvy body from a young age, let me talk about my experience just to see if it'll deter some people, right? That was the thought process behind recording that video. And I'm really happy that a lot of people felt the need to share their stories under the comments, talk about their experience, validate my experience, say that they've experienced the same things, they feel the same way I feel. It was very, very encouraging to see that. With that being said, yesterday I was talking to my man, and I was having a little heart-to-heart, and I told him about part 1, like why I hate having a big butt, and thinking about recording a part 2. And he was like, oh, like what do you talk about, or what would I talk about in part 2? Now that I'm turning 30 in a couple of months, by the way, if you haven't seen that video, just click off and watch that video, run it up. I understand I haven't posted in a while, but I'm back to posting every week, guys. I do have a life update to film, but that's besides the point. Yeah, go watch that Why I'm Afraid to Turn 30 video after this, or, you know, you can click and come back to this, you know. You can do both. You can multitask. But now that I'm turning 30 in a couple of months, and I recorded this video almost 3 years ago, and things have changed, I do have different viewpoints. I still feel the same way about my butt. Like, I love my body, I love my curves. And then people were trying to say, I know it was trolls though. Like, that's why, and that's another reason why I was reluctant to record this video, because trolls were saying, oh, you don't have a big butt, prove it, show it to us, turn around, damn. Like, that's one thing about social media. It's always a thirsty trying to jerk off, and this is not that video. I will not be showing my body. If you really want to see my body that bad, go watch 100 plus, my other 100 plus videos, my vlogs where I'm standing, okay? Yeah. Anyways, I don't know, I just have different viewpoints on just the body image in general. I was telling my man yesterday that I was telling him how I am an early bloomer / late bloomer. Late bloomer in the sense that I did everything late, lost my virginity late. I just did a lot of things late, and I know that was because of me being an early bloomer. But when I say early bloomer, I started my period really early. I started my period at around 9. My mom started early, my sisters, we all started early. And you know, biology, once you start your period, your body starts to form right after. And I've always been tall. I've been the same height since the 7th grade. I've worn the same shoe size since the 5th grade. So like, I remember always being told, you don't look your age, right? And I just think it's really funny now how, you know, I used to be ridiculed or just made fun of at a young age about my body. Always, like, my body was a topic growing up. Like, my body was a topic growing up. And now that it's a trend and I get compliments on it, I find myself being a tad bit, just a tad bit bitter, a little bit bitter, because like, it's like when you're used to, I don't know, like when you're used to seeing people's true colors about something and then they want to switch up because everybody's switching up, it's annoying. I don't know how else to explain it, but if you've experienced that, I see you. And that is I won't say it's a downside of having a big bum, but it's a downside of just something that is on you not being popular, and then all of a sudden it's popular. Like, big lips are in now, big bum, boobs, whatever, flat stomach. Nah, flat stomach always been trending. Let me rewind that back. But whatever, you know, whatever wasn't a trend before and is a trend now, it's like there is a tad bit of bitterness on my side. Maybe some people are happy about it, I don't know, but for me, there's a tad bit of bitterness just knowing that, like, you could have just been praising me this whole time. You could have been uplifting me and gassing me up this whole time, but now the celebrities are doing it. It's like, it's the end thing. It's cool now. Like, I don't know. Comment down below if you feel the same way or if it's just me. And truthfully, even admitting that, like, it's awkward admitting that you used to get bullied for something that's just so popular right now. Because truthfully, like, I'm not afraid to admit that I do have self-esteem issues. Even at the ripe age of 30, I do battle with self-esteem issues. And like, even having to look in the mirror, like, sometimes I really have to like gas myself up. Like, girl, you are it. You are fine. You are beautiful. And it's like, you know, like, it's just making this video is just like, dang, it's a little awkward because it's like, bitch, people are killing themselves to get that body, to get that shape. But like, it wasn't always like this. Like, it wasn't always like this. Like, even like my man and I, or my friends and I, sometimes we'll watch like old videos, old movies, like Mean Girls. Mean Girls, I love Mean Girls. But like, when was Mean Girls filmed? Like 2004? I was in elementary school then still. But it's like, Mean Girls, like, if you rewatch Mean Girls or White Chicks, I love White Chicks. I love White Chicks. But if you rewatch older, early 2000 movies, like, you'll see, they'll say stuff like, that's why your ass is fat, or fat ass. Or if you say that to anyone now, thank you. It is her. Like, if you try to insult someone by saying that they have a fat ass, like, okay, what else? What else? Like, back then it was such a taboo. Like, it was so, like, I'm tired of people making it seem like, no, like, big booties were always it. No, it wasn't. Even in the Black community, like, it wasn't, like, being fuller is common. You know, being full-bodied, shapely, endowed is more common in the Black community. When I say Black, I mean the whole diaspora. I'm Nigerian, born in Houston, but my family's Nigerian. But like, Black American, Nigerian, Caribbean, Brazilian, wherever Black people are, it is common that we are more shapely. But that does not mean everybody is like that, right? I have family members who are slim. They got made fun of as well. I have family members who are thick, plump, bigger. They got made fun of as well. And I mention that because me, again, if you haven't seen my testimony video on where I talk about beating cancer, go and watch that. But I have been on both, I want to say all three sides of the spectrum. I've been dangerously skinny due to cancer. I'm 5'9". I'm pretty tall for that, taller than the average woman. I'm 5'9", and I got down to under 100 pounds. The last time I remember seeing how much I weighed, I was like 98 pounds. And I remember specifically asking the nurse to weigh me, but I don't want to know how much I weigh. Like, they can continue weighing me because I know it's protocol. I also work in the health field now, so I understand the importance of weighing a patient daily, but I didn't want to know the number. And the last I remember, I was 98 pounds at 5'9". So that'll tell you how small I was, or how small I got down to. And I've been very thick. Like the highest I remember, and it might not be big to some people, but I was 185. That was when I stopped weighing myself, because I already didn't like how I looked at that time. And thankfully I haven't been that size since, that was like freshman 30, like when I first got to college. And you know how it goes, you gain all the weight because all the food and the freedom. But yeah, I got up to like 185, 86 pounds. And I remember going home for the summer, and my dad was like, damn, your stomach is huge. And it shook me. Now, I mean, Africans are very vocal with commenting on your body. Like, my mom tells me all the time when I'm putting on weight. But my dad, he tends to mind his business. Like, he'll say it if it's like, okay, like you picking up some weight. But yeah, so when he said that to me, I knew like, okay, it's showing. Because usually my dad, he won't really say anything. It's usually my mom, and I'm used to my mom. So like when she was saying, you're getting weight, it was just like, whatever. But when my dad said, your stomach down, I was like, okay, it's time. And right now I sit at about 170 pounds right now. I like how I look at 160, but anyway, that's besides the point. This is not, like, it's just, you see like body image is so ingrained in our brains that like, it's sad actually. Like, I don't think there's ever a time where I'm not thinking about my body or food. And I really don't want to bring this in my 30s. So like, this is why me talking about it is holding myself accountable. And y'all are seeing real time, like it's in there. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I've been on, I'm healthy right now, and I will remain healthy in Jesus' name. But I've been on the bigger side, and I've been on the really small side. It's just really sad how instead of trends, like, I really hope society moves to a point where we just celebrate being at our healthiest selves. I was a fan of body positivity until it became like, eating what you want and being happy. I agree, being happy with the way you look is very important, okay? Because as a Christian, I'm going there. God created us in his image, okay? So we should be happy with what we were given. On the flip side, I do understand hating something so much that you want to change it. I'm not undermining those who have insecurities, especially growing up in a world where like you are ridiculed if you're not following the trend. So it's hard all around. But what I'm trying to say is, I just hope society gets to a point where we're like, let's celebrate being our happiest, healthiest selves rather than chasing a trend. Like, I see some people are like, oh, I can't wait for hip dips to be in trend. I can't wait for, fupas or whatever, like, to go in trend. If that is how your body is naturally, which yeah, I have hip dips, fupas, cellulite, all of that. I don't want it, like, I just don't want it to be where people who don't have those things naturally feel like they have to get those things in order to feel accepted. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense, but that's where I want us to be. I want us to get to a point where, like, can we just be happy with ourselves? Like, or really stay yourself until it becomes a trend. Yeah. Again, I'm not a huge trend. I don't favor the trend thing too much, but I do understand wanting to change some things about yourself. Just like I was big, I needed to get big my back and be healthy. And when I was small, I needed to gain some weight to be healthy. So I understand not liking something and wanting to change it. And I encourage it as long as it's not requiring you to make a permanent altering decision. Or rather, as long as it's not requiring you to hurt yourself and that you're doing it for yourself in the long run. If you're not doing it for no one else but yourself, and it's not requiring pain or you hurting yourself, then that's something that I encourage. I just want us to learn to be happy, to be ourselves, love the way we are, because truthfully, sometimes those things aren't a ticket to happiness. And that was my point in part 1 of why I hated having a big booty. A lot of women felt like, once I get this BBL, I will be happy. Everything I want will just come to pass. Like, I'm gonna get that man, I'm gonna get that money, I'm gonna get that bag, I'm gonna get that car, I'm gonna get that house. Truthfully, that's just not how life works sometimes. Like, thinking something is gonna change your life or is gonna make you happy. I mean, I know Delulu is the Salulu is the trendy doo-doo right now, but like, realistically, like, sometimes it's just having those things, those vanity filled things, are not a ticket to happiness. Like, I would know, being close to my deathbed, literally the only thing I wanted other than to stop suffering at the time was just to be happy. Like, I remember thinking, if I get back healthy, God, I promise I am just gonna try my best to remain healthy. Like, and I'm getting a little emotional. I would be lying, and I was telling my man this yesterday, I would be lying if I said I didn't have anything I wouldn't change with surgery. That's a lie. I have insecurities just like everyone else. And my insecurity, I'm not gonna say it because you know how the internet is. My insecurity, like, I think I've only seen one celebrity, and she's white. One celebrity comment on them having the same insecurity and having surgery to fix it. I haven't seen no one else, and maybe that's why I'm not too pressed to get surgery, because I think if it was something that was blown up, like, I'd probably feel it more. But this insecurity of mine is it's physical. Like, people can see it. Granted, like, there have been comments made on it, but people can see it. But I think because everyone isn't getting the surgery is why I don't feel the need to get surgery. So again, I can recognize, like, like, if you don't have something that everyone has, it is very hard to be strong-willed. It is. Like, as a human being, it is very hard to be strong-willed, and that is very understandable. But yeah, I'm rambling. I'm starting to ramble, and I want to get to the point. To wrap all this up and to wrap my thoughts up about body image, the BBLs, the body trends, and hating having a curvy big booty, a game changer for me, like, what really changed the game for me, especially now that I'm turning 30 soon, was saying F it. Literally, F wanting to look like everyone else. I'm at a point where I want to change myself because my body deserves to be at its healthiest. Like, I'm gonna hit the gym, I'm gonna be healthy, not because I want to be physically attractive for the world, but my body deserves to be at its best after all it's been through. And truthfully, like, no one's more beautiful than when they're healthy mentally, physically. Like, you can feel it when someone is, like, healthy mentally, physically. Like, it just exudes love, like, happiness, and that is a goal of mine. Like, once your mentality changes from I want to lose weight and be skinny to I want to be strong, I want to be healthy, I'm thankful for the body that carries me and has this endurance to last me through all this BS, all these PFAS, all this processed food, all this polluted air, all this ain't the same sun from the 2000s, all this. Like, your body is trying, your body is doing its best. And once you shift your mentality from that to that, life is so much better. Like, there's still some things I want to change. Like, I still got jiggle, but I'm really focusing on changing my mind to being thankful for the body God gave me, thankful for the body for pulling me through cancer, thankful for the body for pulling me through the major surgeries I had to endure, thankful for the body that was able to fight off predators, thankful for the body that attracted my man, thankful for the body that allows me to stand 8 hours a day at work, thankful for the body that God gave me. That's where my mindset is right now. It's hard. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's hard, especially like with social media. But that's why I take breaks. Watch that video on how deleting social media saved my life. I'm just promoting all my videos. But I just hope as a society, we just get to the point where we just love ourselves. Like, let's make that a trend. Since we like trends so much, since we like aesthetics so much, let's get to a point where we just love and be thankful for what we have. And if we do want to change it, let's not change it because of someone else, but because, you know, like it's just something that'll add to you exuding that happiness, that joyful and grateful aura, right? But that's all I have to say. There's no such thing as a perfect body. If there's other things you want me to talk about, other points you want me to talk about, let me know. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next video. Love you guys. Bye.